Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And just want to show off two vinyls that I bought today at Walmart. I wasn't planning on buying anything, but I don't know, I hadn't bought anything I felt like for a little while. And so I was out shopping and I thought, I'd look at the vinyl section. Two pieces of vinyl that I just thought really needed to be in my collection. I felt like, yeah, just so much that I was like, I'll buy them right now. One of the most popular albums I think of all time, and that is Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. This is the 50th anniversary remastered vinyl. Anyways, yeah, I've been seeing this at Walmart. Every time I go look at the vinyl section, it's at Walmart, and I keep thinking, I really need to buy this, but I end up buying something else instead, or I don't want to quite spend the money on it. But yeah, this time around I was like, I know I needed this, and this is like one of the most popular albums of all time. Yeah, it definitely need to be in my vinyl collection. And say like I've heard this album, a couple times. First time I wasn't like overly impressed. I always felt like this was a little overhyped. Everybody kept talking about this. In fact, I've seen a lot of people put this as their favorite album of all time. And sometimes I thought maybe it's a little overrated of an album. But just this last year, I was doing with Adam from What the Gym, I think Briar from Briar's Music Showcase. We were doing our top 5 albums from this year, from the it's 1973, it must have been, because we're doing 50-year, every year we're doing kind of like our top 5 albums from 50 years ago, kind of the 50th anniversary kind of thing. Anyways, and like I said, this is the 50th anniversary of this, that they remastered or whatever it came out with. And so I was re-listening to some albums to come up with my top 5. And so, of course, I had to re-listen to this. Like I said, this is one of the biggest albums of all time, at least critically and all that. Strangely enough, it's never really that high on when I look at top 100 lists and stuff like that. It's like on there, but it's not like in the top 10, which I'm kind of surprised by how popular it is amongst most people that I talk to. That's not like a top 10 album on most lists, like Rolling Stones and Apple Plus or whatever. All the stupid lists they make that are terrible lists. But anyways, but yeah, when I re-listened to this, I kind of was like, yeah, you know what? This is a really good album. I can't deny it. There's some really good songs on here. Really cool overall feel and vibe in the album. And it was in my top 5 favorite albums of that year, 1973. It made it in there after I re-listened to it. Anyways, but yeah, of course it's iconic. One of the most iconic album covers, definitely. I don't know, it's simple but yet really cool concept design. I love this this 50th anniversary. This feels really smooth. It doesn't feel like the normal plastic vinyl case or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's just a really cool, smooth, matte finishing. I love it. Love the feel of this. It just feels so cool. Yeah, so I love the design of this particular version of the album. Yeah, what can you say? I mean, Breathe in the Air, so great. Time is one of the all-time great. Probably the most famous song off of this album. That and Money, I feel like, are the most played songs off of here. But yeah, Time is, I mean, incredible. The use of clocks and the whole intro, and then getting that drum beat to get into the main part of the verse. Anyways, sounds so cool. Money, it's one of their bigger rocker songs with a really good rock riff to it. Yeah, definitely a classic there. Us and Them is my favorite song on here, and one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs of all time. I love Us and Them, the harmonies, and just overall feel that there's like a sax solo in there that's really cool as well. Then Brain Damage and Eclipse are just great closers to the album. So yeah, a lot of good stuff here. There's some songs I'm not as crazy about, like The Great Gig in the Sky. I remember not liking that too much, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, a lot of good stuff here. This comes up with a couple different extra items. Kind of like 2 posters and looks like a sticker that goes with it. Pretty sure this is like a sticker of some sort that I can find somewhere to put it on. It says Pink Floyd. They must have something to do with pyramids, because we get two posters. Let's see which one this is. I get this like pyramid poster, which I don't know what this has to do with Pink Floyd. Yeah. I'm not sure if there's some hidden meaning behind there that I don't know about Pink Floyd. So I don't care for that too much. The other poster is pretty cool. I'll probably put that up somewhere behind me at some point. Find a place for it. We got members of the band, looks like. It says Pink Floyd on it. Anyway, so I always like having another poster. I still got some room on my wall to put some more posters on it. So that's good. I'm glad I got something out of there. But yeah, obviously, I haven't listened to it yet. I mean, listen to this album that I've got, but excited to listen to this, see what we got here. Maybe I got something more down here. Let me check. Yeah, there's the sticker. Oh, I got two stickers. That's what I missed. Just another Pink Floyd sticker, kind of like the other one, but yeah. See what we do with that. But yeah, definitely one I've been eyeing for a long time. Glad I finally got it in my collection here. Listen to it, and I'm sure you all agree with me anyway. So yeah, there's Dark Side of the Moon. The other album I've been eyeing for a while, I feel like I needed to get, and that is Rush's Moving Pictures. Probably their most famous album, their biggest selling album, probably most critically acclaimed album. I guess you can say a lot of people's favorites. It's currently my second favorite Rush album, actually. Their second album actually has been my favorite. It might be surprising, but I can't remember the name of the second album now. It's with the owls on the cover of it. But yeah, but this is still, obviously, it's got some of the biggest hits on it. It's pretty cool cover too. I do like the cover of the Moving Pictures at like an art gallery. They're literally moving pictures on the cover. It's an interesting album because it only has 7 songs, so it's very short as far as song. But of course, if you know Rush, they like to do really long songs. This is definitely during their more commercial period where they kind of were getting out of the prog rock period, and this is their most commercial period. This and Permanent Waves right before this one had their biggest hits on it. And yeah, I mean, side one, it's funny looking at this. Side one is like a perfect side. Like it's such a great side. You start with Tom Sawyer. I did a Rush deep dive a little while ago and did my top 10 Rush songs. And this has 2 songs in my top 10. Tom Sawyer was one, which Tom Sawyer was like number 2 or so on my list, if I remember right. It was really high up there. It must have been like 3 or 4 on there. But anyways, Tom Sawyer, really high up, classic radio hit. Red Barchetta is a really good song on here. That wasn't a huge radio hit that I know of, but it didn't make it my top 10, but it was like maybe number 11. Like it barely missed out my top 10. Really good song. YYZ, probably the best instrumental I've ever heard. I'm not a fan of instrumentals usually. Anytime they throw on a long instrumental, I'm always like, oh man, like I'd rather just have a song with actual lyrics and stuff than just an instrumental. Seems like a filler type thing to do that some bands do. But YYZ, it just really rocks. I mean, just because they're incredible musicians, the guitar playing, the drumming. I really love the drumming. I mean, Neil Peart just really proves himself as one of the great drummers on this, on YYZ, or YYZ as I think Canadians say. But yeah, it's a really good instrumental. I don't mind it at all. And then Limelight is my favorite song on here. And like I said, I think it's like my second favorite like Led Zeppelin song of all time. It was pretty high up there on my list, if I remember right. Yeah, Limelight and Tom Sawyer are just incredible, catchy tunes. Obviously, the drumming and the guitar playing and the bass playing is just so amazing on these songs. Funny, side 2, I don't care for really at all. It's like the 4 best songs are on side 1. The 3 worst songs are on side 2. Funny enough, how they split that up. The Camera Eye is okay. It's not my favorite. It's a little long. That's my only problem, is it feels like it's a little long. But again, the musicianship is so good on it. It's actually not a bad song. Witch Hunt is definitely my least favorite song on here. I don't care for that song at all. And then we end with Vital Signs, which surprising enough to some people, I'm not a fan of really. It's okay, I guess, but to me, it's one of the weaker songs on the album. And I said that on a live stream, and I surprised a lot of people because they said this is like one of their favorite Rush songs. In fact, Nick from Townsend 505 said this is his favorite Rush song of all time, and I just went and said it's a forgettable song, and he was like shocked by it, and I was shocked that he was shocked because I was like, really, this is that big of a song? I mean, this is nothing compared to Tom Sawyer, Limelight, especially, even Red Barchetta and YYZ are just so much better than Vital Signs. So I was shocked too. I was like, oh, I didn't know people love this song. Like, to me, it was just a nothing song. But that was just me. So I don't know. I'll listen to it again, see if my viewpoints change at all. But yeah, still, I'm glad this is the only Rush album I've gotten so far. Fly By Night, I think it's the second album. Fly By Night's my favorite Rush album. But they got some good ones like this, and Permanent Waves is really good as well. 2-on-1-12 is a pretty interesting one I like too. But yeah, so yeah. That's my 2 albums I got. Excited to listen to these at some point. Rush's Moving Pictures and Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. So please comment, what do you feel about these 2 albums? I know these are 2 pretty big ones, so I should have a lot of people with opinions, hopefully. Anyways, besides that, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for liking it. And thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all and hope you have a good day.